Just like they said in the song. Squeeze would say, dude,
I would think
I don't do it with you tonight. I don't do it with you in the afternoon. We don't do it.
I would think that you meant go to the club. That's seriously what I would think. No, that's what I would think.
As I was saying it, I was listening to the music of the song. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, let's do it tonight. Okay, cool. And then I started saying it, and I'm like, oh, Squeeze is going to turn this around on me.
No.
Squeeze is going to turn it around
I honestly believe that you meant, or would mean,
yes.
Let's go to the club.
Little Nicky, you just walked in late. Let me ask you a question.
All right, can we stop for a second?
If I said to you, one second.
You're starting the show and there's no introduction again.
Exactly.
So we have got hundreds of thousands of people possibly listening and wondering what the hell this is.
Exactly.
This is the Brad and Squeeze Show.
Brad and Squeeze Show.
Where we talk about everything.
Exactly. But I have
and you can also get your immigration questions answered.
But I know, but I have a question for little Nicky first. And my question to you, little Nicky.
See, Brad pretends as if everyone knew what was going on in here
Everybody knows what's going on.
You know?
Everybody knows what's going on. If I said to you, little Nicky, let's do it tonight. How would you take that? Would you take that as
I would take a deep breath.
You would slap me, and then I would say, you're going to sue me for sexual harassment.
No, I would say do what? And then I would give you a chance to explain yourself. And if I don't like what I'm hearing, then I might have to call the police.
Sue me for sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Retire early. Say, you know what? My only response is I'm going to sue your ass. That's what you would be, right? No, because we were just listening to the song. Let's do it tonight. So I said to Spielberg Jr. has a...
I'm convinced Brad is trying to beat the record of the fastest wet sugar into the show. Just like the first conversation with sugar.
Wet sugar.
I'm trying to figure out whether or not I should give up trying to start the show professionally. Or at least come up with an introduction.
We're waiting for the...
This has been going on 20 years.
I know, never give up.
We are waiting for the Brad and Squeeze intro.
I thought you were going to say jingle.
No jingle. We already decided nobody wants a jingle.
You mean
does anybody do you like jingles? You do?
Oh.
What is your favorite jingle? Oscar. I wish I was an Oscar, right? No, I'm singing it wrong.
I felt like that was another wet sugar.
Yeah, OSCAR. And my baloney has a first name. It's OSCAR. That's it, right?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys wake me up when you're ready to start your show.
Can you imagine if we changed it to my baloney has a first name? It's SQU.
Let's just waste the first half hour of the show.
EZE? That would be terrible.
Why didn't you go for your name, which is short?
By the way, this is David Squeeze Annakie just saying I am attempting to get your calls
it was funny
on the air and get your questions answered.
Squeeze's name, it sounded funnier to me.
Oh.
What?
And I'm encouraging Squeeze to just...
What? Yeah.
Social media is telling us no jingles.
No jingles.
We are being told.
Yes.
No jingles.
Just let me know when you're all ready to start the show.
Okay, let's start now.
I'm ready.
You sure?
Ready.
All right. 9 minutes into the show of Brad and Squeeze, abbreviated.
Correct. Previously known as the LawLink.
9 minutes into the show of Brad and Squeeze, abbreviated.
Yes.
Get it?
No, I don't know what.
That one went over your head.
Brad and Squeeze abbreviated.
BS.
Got it.
Man.
But that's why we have SB behind us for Spar and Bernstein. It does not stand for the opposite of BS.
Good.
Right. But you notice that there's a lot of S and Bs and B and S's in this entire.
What's the number to call?
None of your business, Kyle.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys seriously ready?
You're on a need-to-know basis what number it is.
Suzanne, I'm really trying.
All right, ready to go.
Oh, thank you. 10 minutes after the hour of 12, and of course we're here with the Brad and Squeeze Show, heard 9 a.m. and 12 noon each and every single weekday. And folks, this is actually where you can get your immigration questions answered by the attorney Bradford H. Bernstein. Do not call him the Bernstein's Bear.
Bernstein.
Oh, it's Bernstein. I call you the Bernstein Bear.
Yeah, there is a, there's the...
Suzanne on the line waiting. Suzanne on the line waiting.
Something effect.
Suzanne on the line
that's
waiting.
That's on the
He can't help himself.
Where things
and it's getting worse.
Where things have changed.
Every day.
Section's going crazy.
What?
They want you to start the show.
Yeah, and I'm saying that too. Let's start the show. We can do whatever we do best later.
Susan.
Susan, how are you?
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
We're here to help you, Susan.
Actually.
Yeah, she doesn't believe us.
My question is, okay, my child just received her 10-year green card. She's 15. Her father is a citizen, and I'm trying to find out how do I go about applying for her citizenship. While I'm here legally, I am not a citizen. I am a temporary resident.
You have a conditional green card.
No, I have a stay from immigration, so I get that every 6 months because I have a court case.
Okay, so
She has a permanent green card.
And who does she live with? You or the biological
She lives
father?
with me.
She lives with you, not the biological
Yes.
father.
No.
All right. And the biological father is a citizen.
Yes, he is.
The only way that she would become a citizen is if she begins to live with the biological father, and he would go to family court and get legal custody of her. So he would have to get legal custody of her in family court. You would have to give custody of him over in family court and have a judge say that, and then she would go live with him. And once that happens, she would become an automatic U.S. citizen.
Okay,
Not
I
until
understand.
then, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
All right. But so then she would have to wait until she's 18 and naturalize.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Check, check, check. All right, let's do this all over
Where did
again.
little Nikki go?
She's doing a sound check.
Checking.
Check-in.
Yeah,
Sound
Squeeze is
check.
having his own personal issues on Facebook.
He's having personal
No,
issues.
I'm not having any personal
Technical
issues.
Technical.
issues
All
on
right.
his personal Facebook.
Yes.
Those days of having personal issues are over. My kids are born and they're grown.
We have 12 open lines right now, so if you call, you will get your questions asked and answered. This is a show about absolutely nothing and a show about helping people, all put together while we're doing a show about nothing and helping people. Kyle has a show within a show within a show on Facebook where he's just doing his own thing with his own people who like talking to him over listening to Brad and Squeeze. This is a real conundrum of what we are. We were actually talking about it off air, what this show is. It's a conundrum.
It's a show about nothing.
It is
and
not
everything.
it is a show hosted by a very good lawyer.
Correct.
And a very good personality in the name of David Squeeze Annakie. The very good lawyer is me.
Correct.
So it is a
I'm not very good. I'm excellent.
excellent.
Thank you.
It is a show. Yeah, you don't have to worry about licensing for people with good personalities. But people who are good lawyers have to worry about their law license. So we got to be careful how I describe myself.
No,
So-
there's a license that I have to worry about every day I'm on the show with you.
FCC.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's a show, and yes, we talk about law topics, and yes, we will talk about current topics. We'll also talk about what we did 2 hours beforehand, what's on our mind at this moment. But we also want to help people.
Correct.
Okay? If this show at the end of the day didn't help anybody, we did not do our job. So for everybody out there right now, give us a call. It's 1-800-529-5465. Let us help you and let us show the world what we do here. We got 12 open lines. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. If you call now, you will get on the radio. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. How is that, Squeeze?
Thank you so much for doing what it is I would do.
Now, Squeeze would do it differently. Squeeze would be yelling and screaming, and for some reason, when he yells and screams, I don't know, is it bullying people to call? Is it getting people's attention? Is it just that you now have made it above the other noise that's in the background, and they say, oh, yeah, I should call? What is it that you think when you do it that when because nobody called when I said it, and now Squeeze is going to say it and watch the phones light up. What is it that he's doing, little Nikki?
I think because he normally sits quietly while you're answering the questions, he likes to rile everyone up and like get their attention.
So he's riling.
Yeah, not riling as like angering them,
He's
but
not angering
like
them. He's getting
them aroused.
He's an agitator.
He's an agitator.
Like Malcolm X.
What about
He's a positive agitator.
He's a
for
positive.
change.
He's a positive agitator. I like that.
a positive agitator for
Yeah.
change?
For change.
For change. What about for the status quo?
But we want more people on the phone lines.
All right, the status quo right now doesn't work because there's nobody here calling.
But nobody listens to Squeeze.
I don't know anybody who listens to Squeeze. I mean, he's the one. He'll be the first one to tell you that nobody listens to him.
That's why I said I just wanted to see his reaction.
Yeah, nobody ever listens to him.
He's very nonchalant right now.
And by the way, the Squeeze that you see on the radio, or you see on Facebook at Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein and David Squeeze Annakie and YouTube at Law Offices, that's the same guy there's no difference. I mean, he's screaming at me at 11 o'clock. Nobody listens to Squeeze. I've been telling this to you for years, Brad, and now all of a sudden you've decided you've agreed with me. Why haven't you been listening to me for all these years? We just had this conversation. He just yelled at me that nobody listens to him. And I said, no, I wasn't listening to you. Maybe other people.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
Let's go to Junie.
Yes.
You guys can talk all you want. Junie, how are you?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I was just trying to get you on, that's all, by not saying anything at all, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One question. Hello?
Yes, Junie, we're here.
Yes. My sister married and she went into for an interview. How long does it take after the interview to get the green card?
She should get her green card right away. If she's not getting her green card right away, then there was an issue at the interview. What do you think happened at the interview?
Oh, she did the interview and they said that, they say 90 days or less.
So if they said 90 days, I would have to at this point take them on their word and say then it will be 90 days before you hear from them. Generally, if they say 90 days, and I say this generally, you will hear from them in 90 days. There are a large minority of people who never hear anything after 90 days, and then you would need to come see us. But for some reason, they were unable to give your sister a decision at that moment. Do you know why that may have been? Do you know if there's any issues or skeletons that could be of a concern on her case?
Okay.
That was a question.
Oh, so the best is...
That was still a question. What? Okay, 90 days. Yeah, after 90 days, if you haven't heard, then give us a call. That's my answer. And then I was trying to assist and ask, do you know of any skeletons or issues that you may have, your sister may have come across at the interview that may have caused her an issue?
No.
No, you don't.
She says when she goes, everything will go fine.
Okay. So then let's wait 90 days. When was the interview?
I think it was sometime last week.
Last week. Okay. So let's wait 90 days. So it was last week, beginning of July. So let's get July, August, and September. If your sister has not heard in a positive way by the end of September, tell her, where does she live? In New York?
Yes.
Tell her to make an appointment to see me. Hopefully she should hear. Okay?
All right, then. Okay.
Thank you very much, Junie. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, too.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Okay. Once again, folks, the Brad and Squeeze Show, where you can tune in each and every single weekday, 9 and 12.
Everybody loves you today. Everybody loves Quiet Squeeze.
Normally,
Right? This is Quiet Squeeze. Everybody loves Quiet Squeeze.
Well, they want Squeeze to conduct the show because he's keeping things like on track today. And you're very much attention deficit.
Aha. It's not good to insult me. Just remember that.
No, not insulting you. You're
Yes,
just like,
I don't have attention deficit disorder.
No, you're on every other side. Like right now we're talking about attention deficit disorder.
Well, because you just insulted me.
I didn't.
just
Squeeze
apologize
conduct the show.
Apologize and move on.
and move on.
Yes.
Weird.
Let's go to Peter.
Yes. Squeeze is like a different human being right now.
I think Squeeze has an alter ego that's
Yes.
like we should maybe pinch when it's just like a little bit.
Yes.
It's not like a full squeeze. It's
Right.
just
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. The Brad and Pinch Show. I like that. The Brad and Pinch Show when he's calm, right? All right. Anyone ever call you Pinch?
Peter.
Peter. It's Pinch.
Hello?
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Yes, well, I'm okay.
You sure about that?
Yes, I have a question for Mr. Bernstein.
Okay.
My virgin is here from Jamaica. He's out of status. His father is here and his father is a citizen. You like him if his father could file without him going back to Jamaica.
How did the father get a green card?
Well, I don't... His father is here from in the 70s.
I would have to know how old he is, how the father got a green card. I would have to know that information before I can tell you.
Okay.
All right, because it's possible that he's 245I and he can get his green card here at the end of the case. If not, he would have to do a provisional waiver, go home, and come back. If your friend came here on a visa and he wants to be able to get his green card here, then it would either be through marriage, and he overstayed. It's either going to be through marriage or through sponsorship by a child over the age of 21.
Okay. All right.
So step one is let's find out how.
I'll do that.
Find out how did the dad get his green card, and then call us back either later today, tomorrow. We're here every day.
I think the dad get it through his mother. I think so.
If the dad got it through his mother, how old is your friend?
My friend is in his 30s, early 30s.
Okay, so if the dad got it through his mother, and your friend was alive, even as a baby, when the dad got his green card, then he's grandfathered under 245I.
So you can get it here.
And then he would be able to get it here. But we got to confirm all of this.
Right. Thank you very much.
All right.
I'll do that and get that.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Once again, folks, we're here. Got to remind you also, of course, that we had a wonderful show before with Kristen O'Leary.
That is correct.
Family law attorney.
The other thing I do have to yes, and she's going to be back today at 12:30 to talk more family law. So
and I can prophesy that you want to speak about page 21, but I don't think we're at the halfway mark yet.
We are not.
We should actually get to SMG.
We are not at the halfway mark, but I would like to speak about it twice since I neglected the 9 to 10 o'clock show to talk about it. So I got to make up for my prior sins.
Thanks for your deposition here.
We'll
use that against you in court.
USA Credit it's
our proud sponsors.
Our proud sponsors of the Brad and Squeeze Show.
Whatever they feel like it.
They are proud, and they are sponsoring us, and they're really good at what they do. And what they do is they fix your bad credit. So if your credit's below 700, you got bad credit. As we like to say on the Brad and Squeeze Show, your credit's ugly. And what USA Credit Repair does is
credit's fugly.
Well, it's fugly when it gets into the 5s. It's just ugly in the 6s.
Okay.
Okay. And what USA Credit does is they raise your credit score. But you know what? We always talk about, they raise your credit score. They're going to put your credit score over 700.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we never talk about, Squeeze?
No.
Why should anybody care if their credit score is over 700? Why should I? Maybe my credit score is 680. I'm not losing any sleep over that. Why should anybody care that their credit score is below 700? How does that affect a human being? Because what we don't talk about a lot is, you know what? Yeah, your credit's ugly, but so what? Well, you know what? So what? These are your problems. You got big problems when your credit's ugly. Big problems when your credit is major problems when your credit is ugly. Like general, major, like the top guy in the army problems.
Like what?
That's what I'm asking you.
Oh, you are?
I am.
I didn't know I was really a part of the show.
You are.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I am now?
Yes. If you are Squeeze, you're part of the show.
I don't know.
If you're Pinch.
Oh, he's Pinch.
If we're Pinch, we're not interested in Pinch, but Squeeze we want. Why do you need your credit above 700?
Can I receive a green card from my father? He was
Don't do that.
Come on, Squeeze. I'm trying to.
Oh, now some people are getting perturbed.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I'm getting perturbed now.
Very good.
I am perturbed.
Do you think I was perturbed earlier?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Now we're on level ground?
Yes.
Are you sure? No, I'm not shaking hands. I don't know where it's been. All right, so listen up.
Wow. I want the record to show.
That was a shot fired.
I want the record to show, ladies and gentlemen, the record to show that I reached out in brotherhood, to my best friend in the world, David.
You wouldn't know anything about the hood.
I know, but I know that brotherhood. That is true. And I reached out to my best friend in the world, David Annakie, and he refused to shake my hand.
One.
Page 21.
In the middle of page 21, nevertheless, right?
One.
Yes.
Have you checked the interest rate on your mortgage lately?
No.
Okay. If you have excellent credit, I don't think you have much to worry about.
Right, but other than that, you're paying through the mouth.
But other than that, your interest rate may be above 7%.
That's terrible.
If it's above 5%, still terrible.
So wait.
Go on.
So if you get your credit up, you would get a better interest rate on your mortgage, which ultimately will put the money back in your pocket.
Precisely.
So you're investing in you.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
didn't
So
know that.
if
You
your
didn't think
scores
about
go
that,
up,
right?
I didn't.
yep, your interest rates go down, providing
Right.
if you refinance.
Right.
Now, the same thing with your car. Do you know that some people are literally paying like usury rates, like above 24% on their car? So just think about it. All right, close to like 25%. So think about it. If you buy a car for $10,000, Brad. Let's see how good your math is. If you
Right.
buy a car for $10,000, and your interest rate is 25%, how much are you paying on that car?
$2,500 a month, a year, which would be a little.
And then-
which over divided by 12 is about $2,200.
And
a
then
month.
multiply that by 5 years if you got a car loan for 5 years or 4 years.
So then you're paying
You're paying for the car
15
twice.
You're paying for the car twice.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. So that's what's happening when people have bad credit. Their interest rates are extremely and ridiculously high.
There's a reason why people who own banks live in big homes, right?
Yep.
Because they're living off of other people's money,
Precisely.
off of their work.
Precisely.
Right. So what USA Credit does is it raises your credit score, which ultimately will allow you to lower your interest rates on everything that you're borrowing, whether it's from cars, homes, credit card bills that you're unable to pay at the moment,
Get jobs.
jobs.
Yep.
It is talking about, we say at Spar and Bernstein, when you come to Spar and Bernstein, you're investing in your life. Okay? You're putting money into your life to make your life better. I think the same could be said for USA Credit Repair. You are investing in your life,
Absolutely. And that's your financial life.
your financial life.
Yep.
Correct.
If people go back and check to see how much money they have lost over the past few years because they had bad credit, they probably would do something silly to themselves.
Yes.
It's
They would,
hundreds of thousands of
and
dollars.
if they didn't do anything silly to themselves, I'm sure they would just be vomiting in their mouth.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
thanks for
That's
that
how
analogy.
that's how
Brad.
you would feel when you figure out how
I
much
was
you're
just
losing.
about to compliment you guys. I was just about to
and
say.
then we went into the wet sugar moment, right?
And who did it?
But that's what I would feel like. You know what? If you went back and I said, "Wow, look at all these high interest rates," and the actual thing that I probably paid 2, 3, 4 times for the same
So,
freaking
Brad,
car.
You would just
or
have
home,
a-
I
Are
would-
you
it would make me
saying
vomit
that
in my
everyone
mouth.
with
You
bad
just have
credit
a
right now is
burden
vomiting
on
in their
your
mouth?
shoulders.
A burden?
Yeah, if you.
Yes,
So everyone with bad credit right now is vomiting in their mouth.
I would be. It's so ugly. So ugly.
USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit.
All right, so let me give the telephone number.
Everyone right now, if you call USA Credit for the first 30 people, 30 for 30, they will work on your credit for the next 30 days without even taking a dime from you. Fact. But you've got to call within the next 30 minutes for 30 people, and it's going to last for 30 days.
What is that telephone number, Squeeze?
646, the special number.
646
200
200
5881.
5881.
Could you repeat it without me repeating it?
646
Uh-huh.
200 6481.
No.
5481. 58. I'm going to confuse everybody. All right? Just give me a pen. Give me a pen, please.
646
646
200
200
5881.
588. That is exactly who's going to be my next guess.
Yes.
646 200 5881. That's 646 30 people who call right now. We will give you 30 days of financial health or recovery. You may not be healthy at the end of the 30 days, but you're going to be on your way to recovery for free.
Absolutely
Yeah,
free.
you wanna know why
Let me disclaim it. Free for the next 30 days.
And you-
And it's only 30 people for the next 30 minutes. It's now
and
12:30,
you wanna
so
know-
when
and
the
you-
show ends, it ends.
And you want to know why I would assume USA Credit? I don't know for a fact because I was not in any of their business meetings, but why I would assume USA Credit is doing that? Because they're so confident
I'm cocky.
and cocky in what they can do. They're going to say, you know what? We're going to allow you to stick your toe in the water, and by the time we're done in 30 days, you're going to be swimming
Yep.
in better credit.
And the number once again is?
646-200-5881. That's 646-200-5881.
And what do they get?
They're going to get free credit repair for the first 30 days. Only the next...
No gimmicks.
No gimmicks.
No jokes.
No jokes.
No bluffs.
No bluffs.
No Zenmar fooling around.
You're going to see how it's like. Now, the reality is this. After 30 days, you're going to want to have... they're in business.
Yes.
You're going to want to pay.
And you're going to want to continue. Yeah.
Continue.
For it to continue increasing.
But they're going to allow you to test it out.
Test it out.
Give us a try. Give it a test run.
Right.
Okay? See if you like it. See if it's helping you.
Now, I'll throw this in because you're doing such a good job.
Yes.
And it's been a while.
You want to know why I'm doing this? Is because
I don't know.
You didn't even shake my hand. I'm a lot of guilt going on.
Well,
right
I
now.
am going to help you out because you said some of the people may not be healthy by the end of their credit being repaired.
That is correct.
But there's something called BioCleanse. I'm going to give 30 people free BioCleanse.
What? Wait. BioCleanse is doing this show now, too.
I'm sorry.
Where did that come from?
I'm giving them that, all right? Free BioCleanse for those 30 people.
I would like the number, please.
So just give out the number, dude.
I'm also.
This is the part where you play along.
646-200-5881. 646-200-5881. We throwing in free credit and a BioCleanse.
By the way, you do
those of you who
let me know this disclaimer. You have to put the shipping and handling on the BioCleanse. Let me just pick that up.
What does BioCleanse do?
It's a daily detox. It's a daily detox.
Somebody's calling that number right away.
Yeah.
You know who probably needs a good BioCleanse?
Who?
Me.
No, I know you do.
I need a good detox.
You need a detox. You need a daily detox.
I probably do.
Yeah.
I've been eating a lot of crap lately.
Crab?
Crap. Not crabs, crap.
Okay.
And I've been drinking a lot of alcohol lately.
Yeah.
And I just not
Lately?
Yes.
Every day since.
And I've not been
Before you even started college.
I've not been feeling optimum.
You've already diagnosed your problems. So.
My problem is I need a cleanse. That's probably what I need.
By the way, it's kind of rude when we ignore other attorneys, especially if they're managing attorneys that enter the room.
By the way, this is a show
Such
about
as
helping people.
Megan, Megan, starting with
How
Megan.
are you?
All right. Hi, Megan. How are you?
Can we?
I'm well. How are you?
Megan, how are you?
Good.
What are you going to be talking about today?
Well, we are going to talk a little bit about SIDGE cases.
SIDGE. We're going to get back to that in a second. I just want to get the idea what we're going to be talking about. Special juvenile immigrants.
And if we have time, a little bit about divorce.
Perfect. All right. So Megan's from Spar and Bernstein. The number to call to get on the radio to ask your questions about family law or divorce, 1-800-529-5465. Let's go try to help Melissa, Joe, and Richard. Then we're going to go to Megan.
Absolutely.
Megan, hang out with us for a few minutes and just join in if you can. Melissa.
Hi, Mel.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi, good afternoon.
Pleasant one.
I have a cousin here. She's in her 30s, and her dad had filed for her. The case was approved, and the case is now with the National Visa Center. How long would it take for her to get to the adjustment section?
She's in her 30s. The case was approved. When was it originally filed?
In 2015.
2015. She's single.
Yes,
She
I'm married. Yeah.
She has about 4 to 5 years to go, unfortunately. Long wait.
So there isn't no way she can speed up the process?
She can't speed up that particular process, but that doesn't mean she can't try a different process to get a green card faster.
So how could she go about speeding up this process?
You can't speed up this process, is what
Oh,
I
you
said.
can't.
You cannot.
Right.
What I said is she can maybe try to find a different process to get a green card faster. So in other words, she's on the slow boat right now. Okay, it's 5 years away. That doesn't mean that that's the only boat to come to America. Maybe there's a faster boat, a faster process. I don't know. What we gotta do is have a consultation with her and see what else she's got going for her.
Okay.
All right.
So let's hold the line. We get you a consultation. All right.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Once again, folks, the number to call is 1-800-529-5465. We probably should squeeze in some SMG questions, but let's take another call quickly.
Joe.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's up?
Yes, sir. I had a question. Somebody will find I-130. How long taking for the green card holder?
Who's a green card holder is sponsoring who?
Wife.
a wife, about 2 years.
To prove that I-130?
No, to get the wife here. Start to finish.
No, she's here.
Okay.
She's here, yeah.
So if a green card holder is sponsoring a wife, it is...
Yeah, the wife is here.
I understand that. It's about a 2-year process.
Okay.
Okay? Probably longer if the wife overstayed her time, because then she's going to need a provisional waiver.
Okay.
All right? So, I think your real question is okay, my wife can get a green card in about 2 years. What do I do about this? And the answer is you got to file an I-130 visa petition, establish a priority date, which you have done, get it approved, and then and then she's going to be on a waiting list. As she gets closer to the waiting list, if she's overstayed her time, unless by chance she's 245I, which we're not going to get into right now, then she could pay a penalty fee. If not, she would need to do a provisional waiver. The provisional waiver is based on extreme and unusual hardship to you, the spouse, and maybe you have children or she has parents here.
Yeah.
And then she would go home for 2 weeks after she gets the waiver approved and come back. That is a process in of itself, the provisional waiver, which is a 6-month process, but you're only home for 2 weeks. So my advice would be to you, and I can tell this to you with relative confidence that it is unlikely that somebody who's not an attorney is going to get a provisional waiver approved for you. Unlikely. So hold on one second. Hold on one second.
So I got one more question.
What is
I took the I-130 6 months ago.
Yes. So she has another year and a half to go, and you have to still do a provisional waiver.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Hold on.
You want to take one more?
Yes.
Okay. Let's take another one, then we get to SMG, and then we speak with Just Megan from the Family Law Department.
Richard.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm not going to endorse Squeeze, but I can say I used this product before. That's my score up to 720, 740, and 760. That's it. I'm not endorsing anything else. But I have a question.
So you're not endorsing me, but your score went up. Thanks.
You know what he said? You know what he said?
He doesn't like me, but my service is okay.
No. What he said is, I did his service. I did his service. It worked for me. I'm not going to put my head out on the chopping block because I don't know if it'll work for somebody else. All I can say is it worked for me. That's what he's saying, I think.
Yes.
I don't think he's saying anything bad against Squeeze.
No.
All right, so what is your question, Richard?
Okay, my question is, I'm now in Florida. I was in California all the years. Since 1998, I got married, but I lost my I-94, and I've been getting a lot of problems since. And now I've been told in Florida, I got the ESC card, and I was told it's going to be 1 year before I get an interview. I have 2 kids, 17 and 15, and I've been married since. How is that possible that it takes so long?
It shouldn't take a year to adjust your status. They are taking a long time, 9 months right now. The adjustment of status should take generally 6 months. It is taking longer. I would be surprised if it takes a year, but I can't,
So I was told that I have someone that will run through you guys, and I was told that you can get it done faster. I have an attorney here, and I don't, I just want to get on. My family travels all the time, and I'm still stay put. So I'm kind of tired of that now after 27 years. So what's your suggestion?
Without me having a consultation with you and looking to see what you've done, I'm not sure whether I would be able to help you or not. So I would have to see where you are. But if you've done everything properly, then then there's not much more I can do at this point because the train has already left the station. I would only be having a consultation with you to see maybe you didn't do everything properly and now the tracks fell off the train. That's a different story.
Okay, I've been with 3 different attorneys. So I think the train fell off the track somewhere.
Generally speaking, if you have 3 different attorneys working on the case, it's a big red flag that wheels have fallen off. So hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on, because you would never have gone from attorney 2 to attorney 3, et cetera, otherwise. Okay.
That's it?
Yes.
Sure.
What else do you want me to go? Peter?
All right.
Peter,
yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Peter?
Hey, I'm back with the answer.
The answer is...
Okay, my friend said his dad gets his green card through his wife. His wife filed for him back then in the 70s.
Okay, so if the wife was a resident, then he's grandfathered. If the wife was a citizen and the father never filed for the son ever again in his life, then he would have to do a provisional waiver to go home.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Repeat that again.
If the wife was a citizen,
right,
he would have to go home. He's not grandfathered based on a spouse, U.S. citizen spouse filing for the husband. If the wife was a resident, he would be grandfathered in. If if the father had filed for him at some point in time, he would be grandfathered.
Okay. No, he never did.
All right, so now he would have to do a provisional waiver. Hold on.
All right. So, just Megan, how are you?
Why is your phone ringing off the hook?
Because I'm just yelling. Like, if you really could see my insides right now, I would really need some BioCleanse.
You're not.
I figured. I'm looking at your facial expressions go
No,
up
because
and
we just bombarded the phone lines with the calls.
Right, because I did a good job.
I got over 50 people working for me.
Right, I did a good job.
And we probably have about 6 people who are actually, well, now only 3 people are actually live. That means people call and they just ignore the calls that were coming in on the other line. So I'm just not happy. All right, let's get back to the show. Just Megan from the Family Law Department. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
His lines.
I can see it.
Not my lines. My lines are answered.
Welcome to my life.
Yes.
You see, you're not hearing.
Welcome to my life.
That's what I said to
I
her.
understand that. And Little Nicky goes, whose phones are not being answered? Is it Spar Bernstein's phones or
Yeah,
USA
it was-
Credit?
No.
And I said, no, Spar Bernstein, we got it covered. It was a USA Credit issue. Didn't have enough people there.
Oh, no, we...
Megan, how are you? What's going on with those such cases?
I mean, it's a girl got to do to get some attention on the show.
Yes,
huh?
all right. Just Megan.
All right. Hello. So what are we talking about today? Sidge cases.
Yeah.
Okay, Sidge. Every time I hear that word, I think about Star Wars. But anyway, don't try to figure that
I
one out.
mean, I'm
Sidge,
not.
Star Wars,
Yeah.
Like the Sith?
Megan.
Yeah.
Sidge.
Yeah, I love that.
Sidge, not Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge.
What
Star
is,
Wars
first of all,
fan.
what is,
Neither am I.
for those people who don't know, what is Sidge?
It is a special immigrant juvenile status. That's what the SIJ, the SIJ, stands for.
Okay.
And it's a joint operation between the Family Law Department and the Immigration Department, which is why it's always important, I think, for us to talk about it on the show, because there's a lot of crossover between the listeners. And it is a way for a child who's under the age of 21 and illegally in this country to get citizenship. It's a legal path for them to become a legal citizen in this country.
Excellent. And what can you do for these people?
Well, if you are under 21 and unmarried and you don't have any children and you are living with either just one of your parents or none of your parents, and it would not be in your best interest to go back to your home country, you should come in and talk to us, because we can file in family court and get you the orders you need to go to immigration court to get your legal status.
And does that require any help of any other individuals?
Yes, whoever's your guardian, right? So if you're living with mom but not dad, or you're living with dad and mom's not in the picture, or you're living with your aunt or uncle or a family friend, that person would have to come in with you. Obviously, you're under 21, you're a child under the laws of New York, so that person would come in with you and help petition for you in family court.
However, one does not qualify if they're living with both of their parents.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You have to be abandoned, abused, or neglected by one of your parents.
So if you're living with one parent, it's
That's
okay.
fine,
What
yeah.
if you're living with one parent and you have a stepfather?
That's okay, as long as it's abandonment, neglect, or abuse by a biological parent.
Got you.
You know,
That's what I wanted to hear.
I just had, right before 12 o'clock, I was just meeting with a client, and that client has a green card, filed for children who are here, out of status, 2 kids, and the biological father, left the household and went back to his home country, wherever in the world he lives. And the mother said, I really want to get the kids a green card.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, what are my choices? And I said, well, you could, wait another 2 years here on this I-130 because you just filed it.
Yeah.
You can wait until you become a citizen, but that's going to be in 3 years. and then adjust their status here, or you can do the SIJ. Because you have a parent who abandoned, just because you're the natural parent doesn't mean you can't go in to family court, get legal guardianship, get a judge to say it's not in the children's best interest to leave the United States and go to the father, whatever country he's in, and abandoned. And I said, and then, family court's 3 months.
Yeah.
This woman lived in New York City. Family court was 3 months in New York City, and then you could turn around, file an adjustment, and get these kids a green card in 6 more months. So I said, so in 9 months, not only are they getting their green card, but they're getting their green card in America.
Yeah.
Versus them waiting 2 more years, going home and coming back.
Yeah.
And you get a legal document that says, since the father abandoned these children, guess what? He has no say anymore.
Yeah, it does. It makes it a lot easier. It really does. It's a much faster process.
Yeah.
And you don't, that particular person has status, but you don't have to have status if you're the guardian. So that if that's a concern and that's why you're not coming in, it does not matter for our purposes for this type of case.
And I just want to say, I want to make it very clear to people, because some people sometimes are listening. We have people coming in and tuning out, and then we have new people coming in all the time. And Squeeze is saying, call 1-800-529-5465. And people are saying, well, what is that? Where is this number going to? Who am I speaking with when I'm calling this number? You're calling law offices of Spar and Bernstein. And just like USA Credit sponsors the show, law offices of Spar and Bernstein has a small, sponsorship too here. Just a little small one. And just a little small one.
About that.
Yeah, and it's on page 23. I actually saw the writing. I saw it. And so you're calling 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LawLink. You're calling that telephone number, and you're calling to say, I've got a kid. I know of a child who's under 21. I know a child who's living with one parent or no parents. I know a child who's been abandoned or neglected. I'd like to help this child. Yeah. Guess what? There's help here. So when we say the show's about having a good time, which it is, it's also about helping.
Absolutely.
Okay? It's helping people everywhere. Okay? I, for one, feel very good leaving at the end of the day because I know we've helped people.
Because you're tired.
I'm also tired. So if you want to call Spar and Bernstein, you want to speak to Megan and talk to her and say, is this a possibility for the child that I know?
Well, and that's what it is. You don't, if you have questions.
Let me just finish. And the telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. We've made it very easy for people because it's a telephone number with the name of the old show. The LawLink, which was the old show. This is the new show, the Brad and Squeeze show. But it's still 1-800. We don't have call 1-800 and Squeeze. It's still called 1-800-LawLink.
I do.
I'm sure you do. And it's 1-800-LawLink, and it's 1-800-529-5465. It is the same telephone number, 1-800-LawLink, 1-800-529-5465. It is the same telephone number as it is to call on the radio. So you're calling Spar and Bernstein. You're saying, I'd like to speak to Megan about a child I may know. You know what? You're calling Spar and Bernstein to say, I'd like to speak to Brad about an immigration issue, or maybe you want to speak to me about the child you know. You're calling 1-800-529-5465 because we have a full-service law department here. We do personal injury. I just got hurt. We had a guy who was in a horrific car accident.
For lack of a better adjective to use.
It was horrific.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're getting dragged out of a car and there's a dead body next to you, it's pretty horrific. Okay? He went to the hospital. It was all over the news. Trust me when I tell you. He had lots and lots of people calling him. Lots of people calling him to say, what?
I'm just saying, I hope he's taping this because this is the Brad I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Just, I'm on a roll.
Yeah. Go.
Okay. He had lots and lots of people calling him, saying, "Hey, go to this guy. Hey, go to this guy. Mm-hmm. Hey, go to this guy."
A little louder.
And you want to know what? This guy did one smart thing in his entire. Well, he did a lot of smart things, but he did one really smart thing.
What was that?
He had our number saved. He said, I'm not going to call this. I don't know who this guy is. What I do know is that I've been listening to Brad and Squeeze for 20 years. I'm calling Brad. And he had his son, look up our telephone number. He remembered Brad. His phone was crushed. He had his son look up our telephone number. The son called us, and we were out there to see him. And trust me, there must have been 20, 30 other lawyers knocking on his door saying, hey, psst, come this way. But he had why? Because he listens to us every day.
He does?
He knows we help people here. He said, if I'm ever going to trust my life, and this is my life now, I mean, he got pulled out of a car. It took 30 minutes. He told me the story. 30 minutes to get him out of the car. It was flipped over.
Dumb question. Was he injured?
Yes, he broke, shattered his leg. He's going on his third surgery now, and a very nice guy. And it took the fireman. He told me the story. You know, he was on a lot of drugs, but he's able to talk. And he told me the fireman took 30 minutes to drag him out of the car because it was flipped over on the Grand Central Parkway over the weekend. And, you know, by the time they had to bend the metal to get him out, and he was in a seatbelt. And he was a passenger in the car. He wasn't drinking. He was a passenger in a car on a Saturday morning, this guy.
Was it the front or back of the car?
He was in the back of the car in an SUV. And it took 30 minutes to drag him out. And they got a dead person out of a car. Somebody died in this accident. And that dead person was lying next to him as he was being pulled out. So if you say, people out there, this would never happen to me, I can assure you that this guy who called me, and we were out there and spoke to him, and he's a nice guy, and not only we're going to take good care of this guy, we're going to make sure his medical bills are paid, we're going to make sure he gets the largest amount of money that he's entitled to. I can assure you that. I can also assure you that in a million years, he never thought he was going to be pulled out of a car on the Grand Central Parkway in the middle of Saturday afternoon.
Better yet.
In the middle of a Saturday afternoon next to a dead body because he was a passenger in the back of an SUV. He never thought that in a million years.
He never necessarily thought he was going to be using the number either.
That is correct.
But he was wise enough to save the number.
So when we say to people, you know, this is a show about helping people, this is a show about helping people not only on this particular show in this particular square of an hour. I don't know what I'm making here, a diamond or whatever. But it's also a show about helping people all the time. We don't stop helping people because we're not on the radio anymore. We don't stop helping people because we're not on Facebook anymore. We help people. You know a kid who's under 21? Call us. We'll help. You think you're never going to get hurt in an accident? You better have our number saved. You think you're not going to be walking in the right place at the right time? Or at the wrong place at the wrong time? Or a combination of the two? People get arrested all the time in the summer. Better have our number saved.
1-800-529-5465. But here's what I really want everyone to do, because we always do this test to make sure that you are actually saving the number. So everyone who just listened to Brad, which was extremely important and one of his best spiel, if I'm using the correct term.
Yes, good spiel.
All right? I would like for you to save the number. You never know when you're going to need it for family law, criminal defense, immigration, and obviously personal injury, construction accident, automobile accident, tax law. So dial the number, let it ring for 10 seconds. This way we can actually see that you're saving the number. Then hang up and save it. The number to call is 1-800-529-5465. That is 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-LawLink. You never know when you're going to need the number of a good attorney. So make the call, make the link, make it the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. With 5 minutes to go.
Let's go social media check-in. Bum, bum, bum.
I think we should do rapid fire.
Bum, bum, bum. Rapid. We have a large number of questions.
A large number. Ready to go.
In need of your advice, I'm married to a U.S. citizen. We have since filed for my adjustment of status for me. He has not filed yet for my minor son, who is here with me. The plan is to adjust his status after I get my work permit. Since lately, when we have an argument, he's punching things in the house and shouting. This is scaring me, especially my child. He is not physically abusive, but my child does not feel safe. What can I do?
It's emotional abuse. Come talk to me.
It's like that video I sent you this morning.
Yes, that was bad.
Very.
Yeah.
Does a child in college qualify for a fee waiver?
If you're below the poverty level, yes.
How long does it take for my father to file for me? I'm over the age of 21.
5 to 7 years.
How long after I receive my citizenship can I file for my spouse and my mom?
Next day.
Can I travel while my citizenship application is pending?
Yes, you can. Don't stay out for more than 90 days.
If my case was expunged after dismissal, can I get the disposition? I hear I can't after it's expunged because it's destroyed. Is that true?
That is true, but if it was dismissed, why do you need it expunged? You only get cases expunged if they're not dismissed generally, but what do I know? I'm not a criminal defense attorney. I do know a lot of stuff, though, but they don't do expungement in the state of New York.
So you do have criminal defense attorneys.
When I say what do I know, they don't do criminal defense expungements in New York. I mean, as far as that's concerned.
If my case was... Oh, sorry. Does the 601A waiver still work?
Yes.
A friend of mine was in an abusive relationship and is having 2 kids with the guy, so she filed for divorce. How long will the process take?
Where's the divorce? Or the abuse case or the divorce case? What is she asking?
Not sure.
Which process are we talking about?
Time to call 1-800-529-5465.
Divorces take sometimes 6 months and sometimes 6 years and something
really
always in
depends.
between.
Yeah,
what you're fighting over and what jurisdiction you're in.
Is it a bad sign if your case falls outside of the normal processing time?
It's not a good sign, I can tell you that.
It has a greater chance of not being approved.
Probably.
If my spouse is filing for the affidavit of support, should he get a job letter from his job?
Yes.
How long does it take for a child to get there if a U.S. citizen spouse petitions for the child?
If the child's under 21 and the marriage happened before 18, about a year.
What are some of the reasons USCIS will send back your documents?
You didn't complete it properly.
Can I receive a green card from my father? He was a citizen. He died about 3 years ago. I was a baby when he left Jamaica.
Did you live with him in his custody? How old are you? Was he married to the mother? Did he divorce the mother? Is your mother alive? We need to know a lot more stuff.
1-800-529-5465.
Is it true that the police can charge someone with a 10-year green card for a dispute in the house that they both share, and the man wanted to marry someone for them to get their paperwork done? It's going to take 3 years because he's not a citizen.
The police can do whatever they want to anybody if they have a green card, they don't have a green card, or anything else. If anything we've learned as lawyers, the police can do whatever the hell they want. What happens is they don't get away with it, okay? If you have good attorneys go to court with you. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I can tell you if they did something wrong, they don't get away with it when you call Spar and Bernstein.
1 minute mark. My sister wants to know what are the documents that should be submitted with her daughter's I-130. Her husband, who is a citizen, is filing.
Marriage certificate, birth certificates, divorce decrees, if any, affidavit of support, which is job letter, bank letter, tax returns for 3 years. What else did I forget? Medical exam, 4 photos for each of you.
And if you don't know how to do all of that, call 1-800-529-5465. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, team. Thank you, Brad.
All right. I just want to remind everybody, it's very important to know that at Spar and Bernstein, it's not just helping people for the 1 hour in the Brad and Squeeze show. It's all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's immigration. It's matrimonial. We talked about SIDGE and kids who are under 21. It's personal injury. It's accidents, construction accidents, criminal defense, tax debt relief.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LawLink. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LawLink. That's 1-800-529-5465.